Hello, good morning. How are we? Just had a little bit of a moment there. Come on in. It's early, it's 9 o'clock. We're here in the SHAC this morning. It's our Clarity birthday, 27 years. Cake, compliments to Ken Kilminster. Thank you so much, Ken. You are a good man. I shall take that, what's left of it, into the office later. Good morning, come on in. Everybody happy? Yeah, I just had a little bit of a moment because suddenly the screen went black, but I had to ring Jim. When in doubt, call a friend, and and something had shifted. Stupid me. Just when the most important morning of the year. Yeah, happy birthday to us. Come on in. It's all right. That's why I'm glad we're together before the 10 o'clock launch on Hochanda. That's why I'm glad that I've got your company. I really am. You have no idea. Not that if there are any mistakes, I can work it out with you, like a dry run. It's not that. It just calms me down. It calms me down massively. Let me just make sure everything's off. How are you anyway? How are you? Are you all right? Thank you for joining me early today. Who we got? Janet, Thelma, Helen again. Good people. It's lovely to have your company. And we weren't too late, were we, despite the mistake? 1 minute past 9. I reckon there won't be that many of us today. It's a bit early, isn't it? But welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. So this morning I made an executive decision. We're going to wing it. We're going to wing it today. I did actually have a little... We're on the Eagles, aren't we, on the postcards? Les cartes postales. Yeah, we're on the postcards, and because of the big Hochanda weekend and the celebrations that start at 10 o'clock, and I've got to go and be online there at 10 o'clock, we're just having half an hour today together, but that's cool. And so I thought, with your permission, because this weekend is hairy scary, there's so much going on. So do you remember we said at the beginning of the week, we're going to take it easy, we're going to take it down, one bird at a time, one wing at a time, one feather at a time. There's a real skill to that, you know, to focusing. We were talking about focus and mindfulness. And so I thought today, with your permission, I'm just going to concentrate on the wing. We started yesterday with the black tips. Let's have a look, see what you think. And you can see here that what I did... I'll get in tight in a minute. What I did, I just carried on with this wing. I don't want to do the background because thing is, this is the point. If I do the background now and we finish it, we zip, 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 right? We haven't really given it, I haven't given it a lot of thought. You certainly haven't. So it's like, well, hang on a minute. I've got about 11 or 12 hours of TV this weekend, right? So I'm not even, if we complete this today, when am I going to sort out where the bus is heading on Monday? I've got no chance. So I thought, right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to wing it. Downtime. And then on Monday, we'll carry on with the background. And you know what? If it reaches out into Tuesday because it's really brilliant, that's okay too. You know, the bus driver can't get done for speeding. Not this weekend. All right. So that's what we're going to do. And there is there is a little lesson. While I was doing these feathers, I was figuring out how to show you a couple of little tricks. So if that's okay with you, if you're happy with that, let me just bring this camera in much tighter. Let's have a look. I'll have to remember to pan out a bit for Hochanda. Right, there you go. So now you can really see, can't you? There you are. That's good, isn't it? So you can really see here what we're doing. Yeah? And what I'm going to use Stuart's in the building with you this morning. Our Stuart is helping us. So if you have any questions or you need any advice, or you're wondering what I'm talking about with Hochanda, home of crafts, hobbies and art, which is a fabulous little TV channel, craft channel dedicated entirely to craft, and we're over there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it'd be brilliant. And we're there all weekend till Monday, in fact, with loads of beautiful products and artwork. So, but ask Stuart, he will be able to direct you and help you. You should really, if you haven't got our newsletter, treat yourself to just sign up with Stuart for the newsletter, because then we don't stalk you, we just tell you what's going on and where everything is and what to look for. And then when we send digi downloads, then we know you just get them sent automatically. I mean, you know, can't be bad. It's all free, isn't it? Right, so this is what we're going to do. I want to show you the pencils. Warm grey 2, warm grey 5, cold grey 3, Payne's grey, F for fine pencil, and eraser. That's all I've got in my hand. And, oh, hold on, white, Weiss. Right, those ones. So that's what I'm going to use in the main today. Okay, so there you go, snapshot that one. And we're going to give the impression with these feathers here. See how they look round? These look really spiky, don't they? The black tipped ones, they look really pointed. But these ones, don't they look billowy? Billowy is the word. And so I thought we'd have a go at billowy today. Yeah? Let's do billowy. Am I in too close? If I'm in that close, I don't know if I can even... Yeah, I might have to... Well, there you go. I can always bring it in every now and again, can't I? Right, how's that? You up for this? Yeah? Do you remember we said I've got to pace myself a bit? Don't want to start getting stressed. And I had a little bit of rush of blood to the head just now when the screen went black. I thought, oh no. Well, actually, it was a little bit more colourful than that. I went, oh gosh. That's just what we don't need. So provided that everything stays plastered together, and I just want to get through that 10 o'clock one. It's that first hour. Remember I told you? Right. Welcome to the SHAC. It's all right. Everybody happy? Got your pencils? Got your postcard? Got your coffee? I bet you're thinking she's mad. Well, I am. That's a fact. It's definitely, it's definitely true. I am mad. But there we are. That's okay too. It's nice. It's okay not to be perfect. Now, let's have a look. So what we'll do first, if we look here, if we look at these, what we're going to do is come up from the bottom. But you see the little white gaps again. Do you remember we kept the white gaps on the black, didn't we? We're going to do the same thing here. So what I found was, if I go in with the dark grey, not the dark grey, the grey 5, this one, right? And what we're going to do, this is quite good. Let's start in the middle so you see. You see, we've got the feathers, haven't we? Individual feathers, you can see that. And but because it's all white, difficult to see the layering. But what we'll do is we'll just put in this area here light feathery strokes, if you'll forgive the expression. We're going to see that the black, the line that is the spine of the, you know, the feather. So for example, the line that is the middle of the feather. What we'll do is we'll avoid putting any colour near that. Okay. So the way to avoid, my way to do this and not spend too long on it was to just stay away from, see, just in these bits, the large bits, just light feathery strokes right up the middle, like that. So that's that one, that's that one. And we're going to go up this one here, right? And just stay away from that middle line. We can always go in and tighten it up afterwards. Right, light feathery strokes. I've got a bit of a chisel going as well, if you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Let me just get my piece of copy paper. You know what's amazing, right? I've been up since 4:30. That was amazing. I've seen 4:30 in the past, but it's usually been at the other end when I haven't gone to bed yet. I've never got up that early. This is an all-time record. Right. So I got up at 4:30 and I've been spiralling, really, trying to stay calm, all excited because of the launch. And and as soon as I do this, as soon as I start doing this, I knew this would work. As soon as I start doing this, I calm down, see? Isn't that amazing? There you go. So we've got a little bit of that grey. See, we're just going to go up the middle, like that. Don't worry about depth or shadow. You know, if we look at what I've done here, by comparison, you can see I've gone in really dark afterwards, right? But I just want to establish the feathers first. Let's just figure out where the feathers are first, because there's a lot of lines, isn't there? There are a lot of lines. Right, and then we'll come in here as well. Just stay away from that middle. Well, I can't even tell which is the middle one on this one. I think that's not it. There you go. Right. So now what we're going to do, we've done that. What we'll do now is we'll come in on the edge of the one that's behind. Where are my Dame Ednas? I think they'll help. Yeah, that's better. Right, and now I'm coming in and I'm just going to come up that edge, you see. So now I know that's the feather there, that's that feather. Right, this is this feather. Right. And because we're doing this quite lightly, see, what you have to know is as well, we know this anyway, if, for example, we overcook it or we think, oh, hang on a minute, we're not supposed to put colour in that area, that won't work, then it's easy. You just take your red rubber, not your white one. Your white one, there is a white one around, see, but there are double-sided ones as well. The white one is for ink. The pink one, the red one, is for pencil, for pigment. So yeah, look, pink is what you need for the polychromos. The white one would be the one if you were taking the parchment colour out, you know, at the back. We did that yesterday in the Pergamano show. That would be the other end of the pencil, the eraser. Right, now let's have a look at what we're doing. It's all right, isn't it? Yeah, as long as I stay on the page. Right, so now what we want to do is just, I hope you don't mind that we're winging it a bit today. So we've done the bottom. Now what we're going to do is go to the top of the, so my suggestion is you turn it round, turn the whole thing round, and then you're going to come down this, like there, really lightly along that edge, like that, and then flick out. Flick back in. And that will give you this round effect. If you've got colour at both ends, but none in the middle, it will billow, okay? So you're going to come along here really, really lightly, and then when you get to this end, you flick back. Because this is underneath, isn't it? So while you're going along, you could even do a little bit in there. Right, so we'll come along here again. One of the things that I figured out while I was doing this earlier was that you treat each feather as an individual. Rather than a mass of feathers, just look at each feather as you go along, and you'll find, apart from it being massively therapeutic, you'll see that each feather is different too. They're all different. They're all hand drawn. They're not copy pasted. These are all hand drawn by Mel. So every feather is going to be different. And if we treat it as such, you'll see. Let's get in there. Come down there. Right, so then this one here, right, up we go. Gently does it. I've come a bit further than I ought to there, I think. But it's quite dark, that bit. I can always rub it out if I don't like it, can't I? Hey? Let's have a look. Let's get that below. Yeah. So now it's working, see? So we're getting the shadow in. This one here needs a little bit, but away from that spine. And then in here. There you go. And don't worry about depth of colour, darkness. That'll come in a minute. Just change up pencils or press harder. There, doesn't that look good now? Hey? See, so we're coming around here and we're adding a little bit of shadow. So what this is doing, my friends, is dropping these ones in behind those ones. Look, see how dark that is there? So that's because I keep going in, adding a bit more. Look, I can add a bit more. Darker. But at the moment, I'm just establishing a game plan. This is now this bit here's a bit of a challenge. Let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. If we go to see which feathers are in front and which ones are behind. These ones here, the big long ones, they're definitely behind, aren't they? So we need to add a little bit of depth, a bit of shadow, drop shadow, underneath the ones on top. Yeah? Yeah. Because these ones, they were the ones we did yesterday. They were the black spiky ones. Look, these ones here. So these are definitely behind, aren't they? Yeah. Almost lost them a bit there, didn't we? I might put a little white tip on these ones just to make them come out a bit. You okay? Hey? And breathe, Grey. After all these years of doing TV, you would think that I'd get used to it and I wouldn't be so nervous, eh? It's just beyond me, really. And this is in the comfort of my own home, streaming. When we go to the studios, oh, I used to get so nervous. And my nose would start running, even after 10, 12, 13, 14 years. My nose starts running, my hands start getting all clammy. Stupid, isn't it? I mean, it's not exactly the BBC, is it? It is a little shopping channel, but you still want to give it your best shot, don't you? You still want to do it right. All right. There we are. So I think that we're just getting those there we go. And don't get me wrong, Hochanda is one of, I mean, I've done other channels. I've done QVC in Germany and HSE in Germany. I mean, that is a whole other ballgame. Hochanda is so lovely, you know, so laid back and lovely and kind. I think if there was one word to sort of describe Hochanda, it's kind. Everybody in the building is kind. From Mary, who sits at reception and does the cleaning and is just a wonderful woman, and she got Employee of the Year. I think she got special Hochanda Person of the Year last year when we went to the Christmas party. She's such a fabulous woman. And you know, from there all the way through, from security through to Paul Wright, the owner, and Val Kay, you know, just good people. Good people. Joe Padbury, they all work really hard as well. Like we do at Clarity. I guess that's why I have a real affinity for these people. So I just want to get it right. There. Is that coming together slowly? See, and the more you... Now watch what... Let's have a look. If we've got a kind of an undercoat now, haven't we? Do you agree? I'd say that we've got quite a good undercoat there now. Yeah? So there's quite a lot of white in there. let's have a look here. Let's just go back down. Now I want to look at the individual feathers. So now I'm going to look at this one and I'm going to say, right, okay. So this one now, I need to get into this tip. And this is where we're going to move to a different colour palette. Right, so now I'm going in, look at me with me tools. I'm going in with a sharp pencil, so that's that F. And that one, that helps me get into the real, you know, those real little tiny, I can't get in there with a soft polychromo, not unless I want to sharpen the life out of it. And to be honest, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. See, I can always continue with this afterwards. This is the Payne's Grey. So I can get in this one and I can leave that white line that I want to leave, or if I don't want to leave, right? But in here, I can use the sharp pencil and then I can flick. Right, now let's just look at this one feather and let's just add what we think it needs. Does it need a bit of, yes. See, it just needs a little bit of depth in there. Not too much. You could, I know, your favourite thing to do, eh? There you go, a couple of stipples. We love stippling. The lighter one. There you go, nice. And then if you wanted to, if you want to, actually I don't like that now I've done it. It's too much. Let's just loosen that up a bit. Then we could just run that warm grey through there. So now I've isolated that one and at least I can see it now, can't I? There you go. Okay, so that's the first one. Right, next one. And now we're just going to work our way through these wing feathers, because let's face it, we're winging it today. And I'm sure that you understand me. I know you do. I know you do. It doesn't take, yeah, I just know you do. I know you understand. There's a lot riding on these birthday shows. You know, we've been prepping these TV shows for months. This has taken months to prepare the stock. I had to do a QA thing. I don't know, for I think it was for Hochanda, for a blog, and it said, what makes you different to other craft companies? And I thought, well, you know, there were a lot of similarities to other craft companies. I think one of the main things that makes us different is that we pretty much manufacture most things in-house, don't we? We do everything ourselves. So we make our own stamps, we make our own stencils, we make our own groovy plates. We send out, when, like tonight, I'm launching Josie's new grids. Like the, yeah, beautiful. Diagonal, first time out. First outing with a diagonal grid. Very beautiful, Josie. We send them out to be drilled because that really is beyond our capability. That needs engineering. It's, you know, that's kind of supreme engineering. So so we send them out to be drilled, but then we do all the laser around it, all the, yeah, everything around it, all the groovy stuff we do. My brother does it, doesn't he? Good old Steve. And then yeah, and then what else do we do? We do stamps, we do stencils, we do the groovy, we do all our own packaging, we do all our own filling, we do all our own marketing, we do everything. And I guess, you know, that's a big cheese. That's a lot of work, you know. There's a big difference between picking up the phone. I mean, even when, well, that's one of the reasons why now with COVID and that, it's been quite a blessing that we are so self-sufficient, because we're not so reliant on other people, you know, and other suppliers, although the raw materials, of course, are a bit of a challenge now. That's Dave's department, though. That's what Dave does, is make sure that we've got the materials to get the jobs done. So it's a real team thing, but there's a lot more to it, you know. It's like, if you you imagine you go to Marks and Spencer's and you go down the ready meals aisle and you can pick all the, you can pick all the ready meals off the shelf, or you can go around the other side and get all the vegetables so you can get a bœuf en croûte in a packet done, right? And all you got to do is heat it for so and so long. Or you can go and get your beef and get your pastry and get your, well, that's what we do. We make everything from scratch, and I guess I would say that probably makes us different to most of the craft companies that are out there, because a lot of them just pick up the phone and get it made elsewhere. It's not a bad thing. I've been known to go down the bœuf en croûte route myself, down the fast style. Not often though, actually. When I do cook, I tend to cook from scratch. What about you? Do you? We've yeah, German mum that is, I think. Taught me well. Right, what do you think? Are we getting there? Sorry about that. I'm waffling away to myself. Is anybody there apart from me? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's really lovely actually. You see how it's starting to look very billowy? You see? It sort of looks... Yeah, I think it does. I don't think I'm dreaming. It looks round, doesn't it? Those feathers there, they look round. These are the ones that we've just done now. Look, so half an hour. And they look really like hair almost. We've just learned how to draw hair. There you go. Just in case you were thinking, well, that was a long time just to do a row of feathers. Thing is, it's not about a row of feathers, is it? It's about hanging out, doing something creative together. I'm just using the number 2 one now, just to tone down the whiteness a bit. I don't want to rush it though. I don't want to rush it at all. Yeah, you see that warm grey, my favourite colour, that really changes. It just, well, I guess the clue's in the name. It does say warm, doesn't it? So, I think over the weekend, I'm going to do the same here. I'll do here, the billowy ones. I'm going for all the billowy feathers. So that's these ones, those ones. I want to do the white ones. You know we did yesterday? That really is a great technique, you know. This, when you go white from the tip like that, and then when you come back down the other way, it acts as a resist. I tried it again this morning just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. But look, see how it works? Really cool. Yeah, look, see, I'm pressing through, but it won't take it because the white's made a seal now because I pressed hard. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So it's not so much that it's white, it's that it's pressed hard. I could do that with it. If I wanted to make blue tips, then I'd just take a blue pencil and give it some pressure. It's the pressure, not the colour, that's doing that. Right, so there. See, so those ones could be done all up the back here, the white tippy ones. Then you could do the black tips here, and then you could do the billowy ones there, and then you could do the same thing on this big fella and this one, if you fancied. And then on Monday, Montag, all things being well, it's business as usual on Monday, isn't it? We're back to 10 o'clock in the SHAC. And I've got, if I'm not mistaken, I've got an 8 o'clock ODS with some really lovely Marina Fedotova, the beautiful Russian illustration stamps. Really nice. Really lovely. Remember the little Christmas ones where we've got 12 more? So I've got an 8 o'clock ODS on the Monday, but then 10 o'clock we're back to back to SHAC, normal hours again. So so there you go, and it's past, so I'm gonna sign off, and I hope that you've got time now to go and make a cup of tea and then come over for the 10 o'clock launch of this printed parchment. It's taken 3 months to get it to this place. 3 months. Yeah, I know. Amazing. And it will take at least 6 weeks to reorder it again. So I'm hoping that it will last the course. Yeah, I am. Thank you very much, Stuart, for your help. Thank you for joining me. Sorry it's only half an hour. I really wish that I could stay a little bit longer, but I've got to have a clean sweep and get started and get my head sorted. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for calming me down, and I will see you on the other side, I hope. Have a smashing weekend, and I'm pretty certain that there'll be a groovy download for you at 12 o'clock. Ask Stuart, he will be able to guide you there. And then don't forget, at 6 o'clock tonight, it's also another big launch of Josie Davidson's wonderful diagonal grids. They're pretty impressive. Whistle Stop Tour of Italy at 6 o'clock. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.